Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. So I have created this project that you can find on my GitHub profile. It's here on my GitHub profile. I'll send the link in description. Now let's display the project. It's about communicating with OpenAI Realtime API. So let's run. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly. How can I help you today?
What's your name?
I don't really have a personal name, but you can call me your assistant. How can I assist you today?
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. How about you? How's your day going?
So that was it. So let's try another language. Let's try, for example, German. Hallo, können Sie Deutsch sprechen? Wie geht's dir?
Hallo. Ja, ich kann Deutsch sprechen. Mir geht's gut, danke. Und wie geht es dir?
Gut, danke.
Das freut mich zu hören. Was kann ich denn heute für dich tun?
So this is German. Now let's try Arabic. ازيك عامل ايه اخبارك؟
الحمد لله، كله تمام. انت عامل ايه واخبارك انت ايه؟ الدنيا ماشية معاك كويس؟
زي الفل الحمد لله.
كمان كويس انك بخير. عندك اي حاجة حابب تتكلم عنها او اي سؤال في بالك؟ انا موجود واحب اساعد.
So we have tried English, German and Arabic. The project is available on my GitHub profile. You can run it and now let's talk about everything technical in this project. Okay, so basically the project has two folders: Express and Vite project, and the media is just the screenshot. So Express and Vite. The Express is the backend. The backend has very two important files: app.js and .env file. So the .env file is the environment variable. This environment variable contains a file that contains just a text file that looks like this: OpenAI key. This file contains the OpenAI key, which is a secret. It shouldn't be exposed. No one should see this secret. This secret is created by OpenAI. You can go to OpenAI, create your own secret, and you will be billed when this secret is used. So since it's a secret, the user should never know it. We should never send it to the user, because someone can act like a user but he is not a user. He could be, for example, a hacker or someone who is malicious. So what we do is that we communicate with backend with OpenAI using another strategy called ephemeral token. So ephemeral token is something we create a token, a temporary token, using the API key. We create a token using the API key from OpenAI. We get a token, and this ephemeral token can be used limited times and then it expires. I think it can be used only once. Okay, so we get the ephemeral token, and then we use this token to communicate. We get this token here, and then we return it, and we send it to the front end. So this endpoint here does this. It gets the ephemeral token, which is temporary and can be used only for a few times, and then it returns the ephemeral token in the response. So that is what the back end does. Okay, now the front end. The front end has two important files. The front end, let's say, has three important files. This messages file is a sample for messages, how OpenAI responds, a sample response for OpenAI, and here we have the use OpenAI real-time hook and the app itself. So let's take a look at use OpenAI. Let's take a look at what happens on the front end. What happens in the front end is that we have a function called connect WebSocket. Connect WebSocket gets the ephemeral token from the backend. This is the ephemeral token. We send it to the /session that was here on the Express project /session. We send a request to the /session on the backend, we get the ephemeral token, and then we create a WebSocket connection to the back end, to the OpenAI, a WebSocket connection using the ephemeral key, the ephemeral token, that can be used a limited amount of times. Now we have here use OpenAI Realtime hook. Use OpenAI Realtime hook. So it takes a few parameters. The first one is a parameter called instructions. So let's take a look at instructions. As we can see here, the instructions is how you want the AI to behave. So here we send him that you are a helpful assistant. This is the message. This is what we want him to behave. You can let him behave in any other way based on your instructions. On message received, what happens when we receive every message? So every message here, as we can see here, this is a list of messages. So this is a message, this is a message, this is a message, this is a message. So this is a list of messages that stream. So what happens is that we have a WebSocket connection, and the WebSocket sends and receives, sends and receives. So this is a list of the messages, a sample of the messages received. On audio response complete, so what happens is that this is a function called on audio response complete. So what happens is that OpenAI keeps sending voice, audio, but the audio is, how will the audio be sent? It will be sent with JSON, and which format? It will be sent as text. So what is the format of this text? The format is BCM, base 64, 24k hertz sample rate, 24,000 hertz or 24k hertz sample rate. The sample rate is 24k hertz, and it's BCM mono. Okay, so this is the format of sending the audio of that we receive the audio. Okay, so on response complete, what happens is that it keeps sending the chunks, and then finally here, when the response is done, the hook, what this hook does is that it collects this into a single, instead of chunk after chunk after chunk after chunk, it collects it into a single base 64 BCM stream, 24k hertz sample rate. So this is the on audio response. When the audio response is complete, what do you want to do with this audio? You wanted to play it. So here we will play this audio on response complete. And then we have on usage report. So what happens on usage report? So basically what's going on is that after you send the message and you communicate, on every response you get a usage. You get a usage report. So this is about how many tokens you have used, So for example, input tokens detail, text token, audio token, and output token, text token, audio token, because there is charging. This is not for free. This service is not for free. There is a charging, and we get a charge on our usage. So on usage report, we get a charge. On ready to receive audio. On ready to receive audio. This is when what happens when the connection is ready, is established, and everything is ready. On socket close, what happens on the socket? What do you want to happen when the socket is closed? All of these are parameters that the use OpenAI Realtime receives. And on socket error, what do you want to happen when there is a socket connection error? Awesome. So we have here, you are a helpful assistant, and I want to say a small note that the documentation doesn't say what should be the sample rate. I wanted to say that the documentation doesn't say what is a sample rate. I tried 16k and I tried 24k, and apparently 24k, 16k works better, and I think that 16k works better. It works than the 24k. I'm not sure, but just this is based on my experience. You can give it a try. And I hope you find this helpful. So you know what, let's try, maybe I'll try later. You can play with this number. It is what is this number? So what's going on is that we are using the microphone of the user to send the audio to OpenAI. Okay, so this sends an audio chunk every 250 milliseconds. This sends an audio chunk every 250 milliseconds. The sample rate here, the sample rate is 16k. I think I tried for 24k. This means that the sample rate is 24k hertz or 16 hertz. I tried 16 hertz and I tried 24k hertz, and I think that 24k, I think that 16k hertz works better than 24k. And that was it. I hope you find this video to be helpful, and thanks a lot. See you later. Bye. Assalamu alaikum.